right, so Rob Taub,
Yes.
political humorist, is still joining us. What is your take on this process? We've seen so many attempts over so many years.
I would have
so
made a
many
deal
different
right away
leaders.
if I had to be locked in a room for 7 hours with Hillary Clinton. I'd say, whatever you'd like. Please, just end it. Oh. I consider myself a liberal, and I went and I looked it up today in Webster's. Favorable to progress or reform in political or religious affairs. So why do so many liberals want to hold things back? We have a political spectrum. We have a far right, we have a far left. They come together in a circle and they both meet and they're both intractable, and we tend to have despots there. All of these politicians worried about the wrong thing. Are they worried about who they're representing and what the people want? Or are they worried about themselves? What about intelligent bipartisan politics? Both parties have done things wrong. Both parties have done things right on different times. It depends. If they work together, maybe something effective can happen. They've kept this stuff on Area 51 like secret for 60 years. You can't get one iota of information, but this stuff leaks out like a 13-year-old can hack into these systems. Republicans has always been about cutting taxes, but they love to spend money. They just spend money differently than Democrats do. They spend on defense. You know, we've got to buy this ladder. It's $14,000 a ladder. We need lots of them. And the bolts, the nuts and bolts that Reagan used to order, that, you know, it was like $10,000 for a screw. But gays in the military, they've been around forever, and there have always been gays in the military. And General Patton and General Custer, just look at how they dressed. White buckskin outfit, long blonde hair.
Wait, George C. Scott or the real General Patton?
No, the real General Patton. He wore like riding breeches and boots and had carried a crop.
A relative who's very lonely and they're always depressed or whatever, and they're calling you and they want to talk it out. And you know, you don't want to abandon them. You know it's going to put you in a bad place. But
you know my Aunt Maxine.
And everyone else who flies has to say about what are you planning on? Are you going to opt out and go for the...
I'd rather just be scanned than groped.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer. You don't forget for 17 years in a row that you had income from your villa in the Dominican Republic. So here's my punishment for him. It's like our psychological version of a Singapore caning. I think he should be forced to spend a week at the New York City post office somewhere, like waiting in line, buying stamps and mailing packages for people during the Christmas rush. Will just be hours of torture. That should be the punishment for politicians.